Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to dive into our match between Astralis and FNATIC. Now, this is going to be an amazing set to bewilder. To be honest, both teams have 2 lives left in this entire tournament system. That means this could potentially turn into a best of 3. It really depends on how the decisions are made at the end of the day. And without wasting any time, we're already diving into Dust 2. I think this is the first time I've ever actually casted a game on Dust 2 since this entire tournament system has begun. And for those of you wondering why you might tune into this stream, I'm going to say it one more time. Just, you know, for the VODs, we typically kind of cut the fluff. So, you're not going to see the analysis desk and everything else. Although I will go ahead and give you guys a spoiler alert. Pansy as well as Yako both said that they feel strongly as though we'll be seeing FNATIC come across the board because they're just way too solid. But of course, they did mention that Astralis has had quite the Cinderella story with their tournament performance thus far. Already the knife round looking pretty solid for Astralis, and they're gonna be able to choose CT or T side. Slightly T-sided map at a 51% win rate, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll see if they opted to switch or stay in just a short moment. Hopefully we won't be fooling around too terribly much. I don't hear the countdown tick just yet, but I imagine it will be getting us in this fairly soon. Both sides, of course, just warming up in-game at the moment on what is a, I would say, somewhat pretty run-of-the-mill, pretty plain CSGO dedicated server. I think that's the reset we just heard. No, I'm wrong again. Okay, so we're just going to pause the recording for the time being, and once this game gets started, I will go ahead and cut us back into the action. How about that? Alright, so we are back now, and I thought I'd go ahead and get a look and see just what is up for grabs here. Remember, the teams that are left will... This is the grand finals. I'm sorry, I made a mistake with that call. But already, G2 Esports coming in third prize will get away with 8,500 euros. We'll be seeing 7,500 to Team Dignitas. Cajun B, very much so giving his team hope for the victory of the grand finals by making 2 opening headshots at mid, A short, that region. Catwalk, and it's all on Dupree now. This is not looking too terribly good for FNATIC at the moment, but the first prize winner will be getting 22,000 euros, while the second prize winner will have to settle for 11,000 and a new team. Joke, it was a joke. But Cajun, a sick third headshot of the game, is going to go ahead and seal this out in such amazing fashion for his team. I'm just out tapping to make sure everything is smooth on XSplit. The VODs will be uploaded in due time. And hopefully you all can enjoy. I know my casting is not the best, but I'm trying. I'm just one guy. I only have the thought process of a guy who's Master Guardian. I don't have, you know, that global elite knowledge bomb to drop for you guys. But of course, just common sense. Looking at the map, there is a smoke going through, and Dennis Meister is going to be hanging around here just trying to get some 1Ds. But of course, FNATIC not winning that last round definitely put them in a difficult position. You can see they've gone with the... They've gone with the full pistol buys as well as some armor to accompany that. You got 3 FAMASes and 2 M4s coming out from Astralis as well. So they are more or less the favored team. And it can be very difficult getting into the bomb sites, both A and B, which is really where you see the pistols begin to excel. At close range, CZ... Tech 9 and Deagle can do a lot of damage, just as much as, you know, almost parallel to rifles. But what's really most important with Deagles is, of course, the headshots. And I think that's really what we've got Flusha, Dennis, and Crims buying those for. They are just capitalizing on the ability to get those 1Ds. Device just waiting calmly for Astralis to actually overstep, and that's going to be him getting a headshot on Flusha. It's going to be a follow-up frag coming from Cajun B onto Olafin. Now he's looking like he's taking a bit of an edge in this duel versus Crims. There it is. He does get refragged, however. It's going to be Cajun B trying to get the revenge. But 17 HP left on our Deagle Toter, and he's taken down by Dupree. I think settling for 2, if not 3 frags this round. So overall, the exchange was pretty fair for a team that has FAMASes as well as M4A1s. That is to say, they've gotten away with an entire team kill in exchange for not more than 2 players on their own team, and they're going to be capitalizing on that to build their bank. You know, initially I thought that we would see all teams going mostly with SMG setups, but it looks like no, not the professional guys, not the Astralis boys, surely. They're just going to try and capitalize on the situation with rifles as much as possible. We're going to see Device trying to win the duel here against Olafmeister. He's forced to switch to his pistol and try and do a long rotate to try and catch him in the rear. Cajun B is going to be opening up onto this, and somehow, some way, we actually see bomb site A in hands of FNATIC, but they're not able to win out that duel completely. It's going to be Sitnix taking down Olafmeister, and now it's JW against the world. 1 versus 4. You know, any frags he can get here are just, you know, kind of stopping the economic bubble here for Astralis, but it's shut down already by Kerrigan. First rifle round now coming in for our Swedish-owned team. Now we're going to be seeing FNATIC going up against Astralis in full form. This could be the round where they pull things back together for themselves. They've got a fair amount of utilities. I wouldn't say the maximum amount, but definitely solid across the board. Definitely compatible. And now, kind of an anti-entry flash coming in here for Dupree's teammate just behind him. He's now going to continue that duel at Long A House, Long A Hut, and ooh, that's Cajun B getting really, really lit at that location. Device going to stick it out at mid, waiting for anything that he may be able to hit. Unfortunately, Scratch is nothing in the grander scheme of things versus FNATIC. They are poised to make that. I think that's a mid to B play. Maybe. Maybe not. Here we go. They're trying to make the entries. The flashes don't connect with Kerrigan, but nonetheless it will be Crims who takes him down. Kind of just hanging back on the FAMAS. You know, if you can do it with the FAMAS, why not? Just do it. But it wasn't enough to get what they were looking for, achieve their desired end result. Now it looks like the entry is being made for B main, and Zipnix is in a very awkward position. There it is. He's going to get one. Looking for the second. Unfortunately, he's unable to get that. I think Dupree got someone from mid while looking through double doors, but now it's 3 versus 3, and Astralis is playing for the retake. FNATIC having some pretty strong weapons. Crims lurking just outside of tunnels, and Cajun B is looking for, I'd say, perhaps the least expected position. Actually, most expected position, the typical position. And now it looks as though Device, it's hard to say, like, do we see Dupree and Device actually capitalizing on exit frags? It looks like, yes, that is the case. Dupree's perched on bricks in lower tunnels, and he's waiting for anyone who might be a little bit too curious to venture into lower tunnels. Last man out is going to be Flusha, and it looks like he's just headed straight to T-spawn. We're going to be seeing the same thing from Astralis, trying to capitalize on some exit frags. Unfortunately, they will find nothing at this present location. You know, it's the map that we're all familiar with, the one that we're most familiar with that we can't really read the plays into from such high level. But here it is. Viva Media Vida Leto Noob. What? I don't get it. Anyway, FNATIC putting a win on the board for themselves, and they are going to be able to make a full buy out of the situation. Flusha insists that he sticks to the UMP, and that could be a lot of money. Big rush coming into bomb site B now. Zipnik shutting it down just a little bit, and FNATIC decides to back off for the time being. Very good fake for the time being. They are now going long A. Dupree takes one down and gets a refrag. Gets refragged, rather, excuse me, from someone else on FNATIC roster. Zipnik's now waiting for an overly curious T to pop out through mid, and that looks like it's just not going to happen. It's a very cramped compartment to go through, and you don't want to go through it because you're very limited in the way of wiggle room. Yeah, you've got a metal surface between you and your target, but at the same time, it could still be walled and at least inflict some rather minute damage. To give you some example, I've used an M4 and I've fired through that wall, and I believe 10 hits resulted in, on average, about 5 damage each. But that is going to open up some new wiggle room for FNATIC right now. They just took down Crims, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry, no. They took down someone whose name I didn't read. I do apologize. But for the time being, we're streaming both live to Hwomao.tv as well as, here we are, just recording it and posting it to YouTube later. Astralis, like Zipnik's just getting a double kill to seal things out in quite a sexy format at the end of this round, and that's Astralis putting another point on the board for themselves. FNATIC not looking too terribly hot here on the CT side. Here we go. He gets both Flusha and Crims. Teaches them not to go into his bomb site, but I don't think that's going to put... Is FNATIC on eco? I think, yes, they are. Not even any armor to accompany that. Device. Now looking for Crims's head. He's just waiting for someone to get a little bit overzealous here at mid, and he might just find it. Does take the shot, but doesn't hit anything. It's nothing but air. That's going to be Cajun B taking down Olafmeister, and he's immediately refragged by Flusha. Now for mid, what is that going to be? There it is. Kerrigan and Dupree now just re-entering into mid, and that is going to set things up for quite sour. Oh my goodness. Krim just taking so much damage there. They were unable to retrieve the bomb, unable to get any frags out of that. But he gets hit straight in the face with a grenade, and then is taken immediately down to 3 HP. 97 damage done altogether. And he's just got to really just get sneezed on, and that was it. He got more than sneezed on. And Kerrigan and Zipnik split the last 2 frags. They try to play for the picks, that doesn't really happen. Everybody's favorites from Sweden, excuse me, now are not looking too terribly hot in this particular match. I mean, Astralis, they've got the bank made. JW watching for that frag he might be able to get. He did miss the shot, and it looks like we're not going to be seeing a rush into lower tunnels coming from the Astralis side. Yeah, that would be overzealous from them. And it looks like FNATIC is now playing for short A. Throw it out. It's going to be Device waiting for someone to turn that corner at A short. Right in front of Bricks. And there's the smoke. They all enter. Crims lights him up before he even has a chance to pull the trigger. That's going to be JW, however, getting a refrag at long A. He might be able to play for that. Dupree now in pit. Going to get the head of Olafmeister. Waiting for an entry, but it's 2 versus 3 now. Can they play for the retake? Potentially, maybe. But JW looking for a second target to hit. Dupree now going to throw that flash straight into the air. Try and capitalize off of it. He sees Crims there. He hits him in the head. He's unable to get a second shot out to connect. And that is Zipnik's throwing a absolutely beautiful fragmentation grenade. Does finish off Crims. Zipnik's now 1 versus 1. He's taken down by Dennis Meister. Unfortunately, didn't catch him at the angle that he wanted to. The reflexes were a little bit slow, but hey, no one's perfect. And that is FNATIC putting another point on the board for themselves. There it is. You can see it. Boom. There it was. That was the critical moment there. He didn't really turn. He turned the corner at a desirable angle, I guess you could say, but it wasn't desirable in this situation. A little bit of friendly fire onto Flusha from his teammate, but at the end of the day, I'm sure he'll forgive him for at least keeping him covered. Soft tossed flash, and now we're going to be seeing Dupree going in there looking for a target. There it is. He finds it, but it's versus a Tech 9. Unable to make the shot connect, so finally switches to the pistol. Gets a 1 USP shot. Going to reload that M4 and back in action. There we are. So FNATIC thinking twice about going A long with the defense brought in from, I think that was from Dupree. Definitely. JW and his injured compadre are going to be now moving into mid. That's 2 AWPs. Am I looking at this right? No, I'm sorry, 1 AWP. It looks like Crim's got an opening frag going through this, and Olafmeister is not far getting a second one into play. Smoke now on CT, and it looks like the bomb will be planted. This is a play for retake coming out of Astralis. And this rotate's coming in a little bit slow. JW able to punish Dupree, and now they have to make a decision. Do they go for the weapon save, or are they going to go for the retake? It looks like it's far from the retake. Gonna try and salvage those weapons. Looks like they are going to regroup at one location, but that may be less than desirable at this moment. We do, of course, have, it looks like JW running through T-spawn at the moment. The closer you are to harm, the farther you are from danger. The closer you are to danger, the farther you are from harm. He's going off of that saying, really, the hobbits from the two towers near the end of the film. But nope, we're going to be seeing what remains of Astralis just getting into pit and long A and just making sure no one's turning that corner. But okay, well, some kind of a short technical hiccup, and now we're back. There you go. Look at that. Just, I mean, like, a few too many bullets. It's a little bit amazing once you stop and think about it. It looked like they all connected to me, but they didn't. Opening frag, not quite one just yet. JW, Olafmeister takes about, 80 damage, taken down to 20 HP. And that was a pretty long highlight that we saw, which is why we kind of missed out on who did that damage. I have a feeling it was Device, but I can't be certain. But definitely Astralis, depending on Device as well as Cajun B to carry a huge chunk of that weight this round around, and JW is waiting for someone to cross over mid, or at least over peak or pop out or something of that nature. There it is in CT. Now we've got Olafmeister, I believe. No, I'm sorry, Device. And he's waiting for someone to overextend their bounds. That's looking like mid to B for the time being, but there's no way to be certain until the play is actually made. Is it going to be an entry? Is it going to be an entry? Looks like now we're going to be seeing JW coming through and looking for it. It's Dennis Meister. And oh, God, oh my goodness. Device, he's on defense now. He did get one. He's looking for the second. Does realize what he is dueling against. He gets Device, his head through a basket, and now it's 1 versus 3. He does overpeak, and that's going to result in JW taking him down. He was forced to play for an uncomfortable position. He had to actually start whittling down the numbers, otherwise he was going to get overrun. So you can't really blame Device for that overpeak, to be honest, guys. I know it may seem like, you know, this question where you ask yourself, well, why didn't you peek? Or why did you peek? You didn't have to. Well, I mean, yeah, he didn't have the bomb planted, but it was his judgment in that situation. Unfortunately, it just happened to be that JW got the first shot out and he was taken down. Watching for the crossovers, JW will see nothing beyond that smoke. And Olafmeister now looking for what? Couldn't possibly be an entry, but I'm having a little bit of difficulty identifying who that is at B. But nice little boost here on top of Dumpster, and it looks like he's been cut onto by Crimson. He will duel against him and come out on top. Dupree now going to rotate, I imagine. So some of you guys are probably wondering, why is he doing that? Well, it doesn't offer that much in the way of cover, but it's definitely not the angle that your opponent would be pre-aimed for. So yeah, even though there's no cover, you basically kind of get at least the one-shot advantage, which is, I think, more or less why Dupree is still alive right now. If he had actually been right in front of Door as his target had turned the corner, then it'd probably be a completely different situation. But 2 ops remaining now for Team FNATIC. It's going to be a duel between at least 2 of those oppers, and that's going to be Device taken down. They are making that push into B. It's looking like Kerrigan's going to catch on to his first target right in front of the Humvee, right in front of the Hummer. There it is. He's going to get it. Bomb plant while Dennis Meister's trying to hold down the fort. 2 versus 3. Oh boy, is the real question. What do we do here? JW gets another. He brings it back. This is at one point 2 versus 4. Now it's 2 versus 2. Now it's 1 versus 2. Dupree at 19 HP just gonna say, nope, I don't want any part of this. And FNATIC not going to get overzealous for the time being, just going to hang on to those ops and perhaps leave bomb site at the last possible second. So this is already looking like a very nice comeback for our Swedish team. Meanwhile, the Danes are going to have to just suck it up and move on, try and pull themselves back together and hope that they can pull something together this round. Lots of excited fans on the ground at Barcelona, and that's going to be, boom, 1 missed, and he's looking for that duel. He pops out, he tries, but it doesn't pan out. There it is, the turning moment of the game. Just those op shots land where they need to, and there was no smokes to cover the entrance, really. JW getting one ahead through the wall, and the entire crowd is going wild. They're just clapping their hands. Quite excited to see that. quite satisfied. And Kerrigan taken down to about 49 HP off of that. Dupree gonna get aggressive and push through here. He's trying his best to carry. He's unable to do that for a second frag. It's gonna be Olafmeister taking down Cajun B, who was accompanying Dupree up mid. And it looks like P250 versus Pistol without armor. And we, of course, see JW come out on top in that. Frag getting tossed in. And it'll be JW winning basically one after another. Going straight out of tunnels. So, I mean, the play that we had coming from Astralis here was not so much, and like, this is the beauty of it. Like, the Balls of Steel play that we had coming, or rather, this ballsy play from Dupree moving up middle. They knew that next round they would be buying no matter what, so they decided to just capitalize on this situation where they are the underdogs and, you know, just try and get some sneaky kills. It worked. It really did. But it just didn't work to an amazing effect. That is to say, I think there was at least 3 guys alive at the end of that round for FNATIC, so they're definitely building that economy right now, and this is looking like it could get gradually more grim for Astralis, especially with the way we see Olafmeister opening up with that frag onto Kerrigan. Tossing in the frag, moving up on smoke. We do see now Flusha in the background getting Cajun B's head with an AK. Unable to see anything beyond the smoke. We do see now a bit of a pour out. Anti-entry coming in from Zipnix. He sees that the entire team is now going into B from tunnels, and that is going to be bomb planted. 2 versus 4 right now. The best thing that Astralis can hope for is getting some exit frags and trying to reduce this economic deficit that they are at. Because although like they're going to accept that FNATIC's winning this round, they're just going to try and take down the team cash as a whole. Really, one thing that you have to remember is that even if you win a round, if in order for you to get the full buy according to the meta, it's going to cost you more money than you win. By about $1,500, assuming you make no kills that round. As a terrorist. Firepower advantage, cheaper weapons. Oh, it's going to be Dupree getting 1. Is he going to get 2? It looks like he's shut down just a little bit by that Molotov. Device going to get the revenge, and that is turning out to be a bit more expensive than it needs to be. Device getting 4. So altogether, this was not really a profitable venture coming out from the FNATIC side, although they did manage to get, I think, Dupree to drop that M4. It's going to be a rebuy coming in from the CT side, at least some kind of a maximum buy. Promises, flashbangs, anything else in between. These guys are liking that they're on TV. Nothing wrong with that. And, you know, I mean, this is going to be a difficult round for Astralis all the way across the board. They don't have the same utility that the enemy team does, but FNATIC in this situation are definitely feeling pretty comfortable. I imagine that even if they lost this round, they would still be able to make a full buy. Dennis Meister getting ready to venture beyond the smoke and into the unknown versus the M4 of Dupree. He doesn't know how close he is to finding some other targets on the other side of this smoke. Blind fire just coming straight through. He says, okay, I'm going to back off. There's targets here. Pop frag. Only does about 4 damage. And Dupree's going to back off for the time being. It looks like right now we're going to be having the entry coming in from A short. Molotov tossed onto what is supposed to be, I imagine, like box boost, if you will. And Dupree looks like he's about to get the better end of this duel, but the pop flash just kind of shoos him away. Dennis Meister regrouping with JW at mid, and it looks like it's hard to say. Okay, it looks like mid to B is the play of the day. One that they decided to do. And a slight fake out for A short, by the way. Krim's gonna get that headshot onto Zipnix, and that is looking like entry into B. Kind of being made a little bit slanted, but nonetheless the mid entry comes in. I think that's what got them the frags they needed to get into sight. Spotting one of the last 2 targets, JW looks like he's gonna be lurking around mid some more, just trying to cut off that CT flank or whatever you'd call it. However, that was some pretty nice shooting from Dupree. He must be Tex in another life, and he's looking for whoever may be chasing after him in the near future. However, we've also got Flusha in tunnels, right there, yeah. And he's rotated to behind the double boxes. This is Oh man, he's lighting up, getting one, not able to get two, unfortunately, as Flusha just aims for the head and doesn't miss. Gonna have him picking up the AWP and salvaging that for his team. FNATIC fanboys making their pride known. And that brings it to 8 points for Astralis, or excuse me, 8 points for FNATIC and 5 for Astralis. Very difficult position to work your way back from. All Deagles quasi-buy for the time being, and they do see one crossing over. It looks like a bit of a fake out coming here. But Zipnix does get hit, and he gets hit pretty hard now as he's down to about 35 HP. No matter what, I think an op shot to the head through a wall will kill whatever target it is aiming for. 1/5 of 400 though? Like, I'm trying to think of that. Yeah, it's probably not the same. Don't give it any thought, guys. Just don't even worry about what I'm saying. I'm just speaking my mind right now, and I'm thinking blankly. But it's gonna be Olafmeister making the entry frag here. It's gonna be him tossing a frag at window, and there was a not quite a refrag coming in from our Deagle Toter there, but he's looking for an angle at whatever he can shoot and hit. 3 versus 5 now, playing for the retake. Sure, why not? I feel like there's almost nothing to save here on any player outside of Dupree, who's actually invested in armor at this moment. He does manage to get an AWP, so yeah, he's gonna try and capitalize on saving that. He took down JW in the background, and he is on the run for his life at the moment. Some firing through a wall, and we'll be seeing Zipnix taken down, so Olafmeister very content with that kill. Now it's the remainder of FNATIC looking for Dupree. He should be in pit, and he doesn't have a helmet, so a Glock shot placed to the right spot should be able to take him down. They know. Oh boy. That's one. Switches to the Deagle, and it's taken down with a shot to the head. Not too terribly bad of an investment for this round, but you know, at the same time, it doesn't really break the economy. It just, all it really does is it shuts down. I'm trying to think of what's the word I'm looking for. It shuts down the individual player being able to max buy. There it is, the auto coming in from Dennis Meister. Him and I think it was JW put together do pull off one frag, and ouch, Olafmeister just missing the spray, and Garrigan taking care of that. Device coming in, reinforcing. Holy sweet mother of gravy, the hold is real now, and it's 2 versus 4. But if there was any team on the planet who could bring it back from this kind of a deficit, it would definitely be FNATIC. There it is, Device now bringing it back. 6 HP, Flusha, 1 versus 4. Are you guys believers? Are you guys believers? Because I think I am. I'm a believer in the FNATIC cause. Smoke getting tossed in there. It's like, uh-oh, what now? He's looking at whatever may be jumping. He's afraid of a teammate stack, but I think that would be the last thing I would be afraid of. I'd be afraid of someone running through the smoke, but that's probably why I'm only Master Guardian. Uh-oh, tossing that frag grenade, that's going to alert them to his presence. He won't get any win. He won't get any money for just, you know, staying alive. He's going to come in with absolutely 0, and Dupree able to hear that. They're not going to go rushing in for this, but I think now Flusha, realizing he's given away his position, says, all right, I'm going to at least try this. But it looks like, wow, nice walled shot. 6 HP, that's 1. Gonna get the other 3. About to find out. Blind, no scope, no hit. And that is going to bring things to a swift end to the first half of the first map, and about to dive straight into the second half. You can hear the countdown right now. It's that ticking noise, and lots of fans. Kiss cam, and quite the cute couple here in Barcelona, Spain. Now we're diving into the pistol round, and this is a very important round to Astralis. They do have the Glock, which is actually, statistically speaking, the one weapon that makes the most kills in the entire game, pistol-wise. But it really depends on whether or not they can actually make those headshots land. Olafmeister looking for a duel that he might be able to win, but we do see the drop down into suicide from whoever that is at that location with the bomb. And Astralis is not in any hurry to get to either bomb site. They're still playing for the duels, and it looks like, oh, okay, JW got hit in the skin. He didn't actually lose anything, but I mean, dueling like this from FNATIC can actually be quite dangerous. There it is, the entry happening. After all, you're throwing away bullets that aren't hitting anything, and you only have 2 clips in reserve for USP. 36 bullets as a total. Dupree making the entry frag, and it's now looking like Olofmeister is looking for that reverse entry frag. JW coming from behind, unable to win out on any duels just yet, but he's exchanging HP for his opponent's HP. Both players actually exchanging 52 evenly. Like, these guys are neck and neck, but it is 4 versus 5. Olofmeister getting 1 onto A short. He's gonna overextend just a little bit. Teammate coming in to reinforce. That is to say, Dennis Meister looking for an opportunity to reload, but then, oh my god, Olofmeister getting 2 headshots in a row there. Dennis now gonna try and cover him while he goes to the defuse, and that will succeed to that end. Olofmeister, 10 HP, the real hero of the game, with a triple kill and the bomb defuse. Unfortunately, it looks like Astralis are in a very dire situation right now, as we do dive into the first post-pistol round. I'm very mad, and if you guys are wondering what that says, it says, I Olof you. And that came from a very crazed fanboy in the audience. He says, will you play with that on your monitor? He says, yeah, I'll make sure you get a front row seat, too. I'm just kidding. I don't know if he actually said that or not. It might be why that guy up front was actually so excited, but this is what we love about professional gaming, right? JW blind firing through the smoke, but I don't think he hit anything there. That 14 damage done to Zipniks actually came from a fragmentation grenade. Dupree getting shaved of about 32 HP. Still doable, but Zipniks is going to be the first casualty of Astralis. The rest of them are diving in through A short, trying to win out some duels. They actually do manage to get Olofmeister again. Or not again, but rather just off the start. And lots of HP was exchanged for that 1 frag. It's all, however, going to be Dennis Meister here getting Device's head. They're going to have to play for the retake now. The bomb is planted. 40 seconds to work with. Slow and steady wins the race. And that is going to be Dennis Meister getting 2. He's looking for the 3rd. He's going to get that as well. However, we're going to be seeing FNATIC coming in from behind with the TMP. And that is going to make him $600 richer. Dennis Meister with the 4K. Just landing those shots where they need to go, really. And he's about $4,400 richer at this moment. Chat spam Kappa, please. That is a reference for the twitch.tv stream viewers. Device now waiting for someone to hop across mid for him to unsuspectingly pop. That's going to be Device actually getting JW. And that might open up some playability for Astralis. I mean, you're talking about one of the... This is a very op-heavy map, but just about every site, all 3 of the bomb sites, both of the bomb sites, you'll be able to find an angle to use the AWP. Even, I'd say this map is played so much that even players, like, at every single angle find it an opportunity to use the AWP. Like, we're talking over there by car, aiming onto A short. And now we're waiting for Astralis to make that entry into bomb site B. Cajun B now, along with his teammate Dupree, are looking like they are eager to push short A. No one's on site right now. That's the interesting part. I'm not sure if FNATIC is letting that site go completely, or if they're just playing off of playing for the retake. But definitely Olofmeister making the retake a little bit more viable simply by getting that first pick from an overzealous Dupree. However, Kerrigan gonna be taken down, and that is not. Oh my God, he's taken down 3 of them, making the crowd go wild. You can hear the clapping in the background. Dennis Meister, last man on the team. Bombs planted. He's got to play for the retake, or he's got to play for the save. But wrong timing with that flashbang, and he gets taken down by Kerrigan. Kerrigan very happily going to grab that 4K. Sweaty palms. He just he takes the high five from his teammate. He wipes the sweat off on his shirt, and that's just how it happens. There's 1, 2, 3. All 3 of them headshots. Gets the 4th one just as we saw, I think that was Flusha trying to exit, but I'm thinking this might be an eco. Yeah. This is looking an eco, looking like an eco coming from FNATIC. Oh boy, those 2 opening shots just completely missing the targets coming from Device. It's just, you know, less than ideal, but altogether not god awful. Meister waiting for that play to come through. He's unable to land another headshot. It's going to be Dupree getting the following shot onto a very zealous JW just going through mid. Molotov toss for short, trying to stop whatever kamikaze style attacks might be coming at them. As it stands right now, FNATIC is not in such a great position, but you never know. With a deagle put in the right spot, you could have a complete ace. Just ask App, and just ask Happy. Excuse me. Crim's now aware of what is coming at him. He's unable to get any lethal frags, any lethal shots, but he's dealing damage. That's the important part. Firing through smoke is Flusha now crouching as he goes, just really shaving HP, and throwing the frag will shave just a little bit more, but it's not going to get anything done. I guess you could say, like, how do you put this? In a really damaging way. Still 5 versus 1 now. 5 versus 2 it was. But it's all on Flusha. He's, you know, I wouldn't say the pressure's on, but I think he's definitely capitalizing on exit frags. He's waiting for someone to go out to mid. And FNATIC, excuse me, not FNATIC, but Astralis is just having none of it. Flashbang controls Zipnix, and now we are going to be seeing, I think that's Flusha chasing the entire team. Right, a very brave, a very stupid set Achilles. And he does get 1, he's unable to get 2. Definitely spending that life quite effectively. There's a difference between a life wasted and a life spent. For those of you who understand what I'm talking about, the reference is to Halo Reach, a book written by, I'm sorry, no, not Halo Reach, but The Fall of Reach, a book written by Eric Nyland. A frag to substitute for a smoke gets the job done, as I believe Device did not see anyone crossing into B, although you know, he didn't do the flick, so that's what's up. FNATIC now looking like they're going for what is kind of poised to be a full buy at the moment. And JW with the swag 7, really, if he can get an adequate position with that, he could do a lot of damage with it. Olaf Meister looking away at just the wrong moment, does save himself by dropping down, however. And that's 3 players just about at mid. He does take about 29 damage from a fragmentation grenade, flashbang, as well as a smoke on CT. Might just make the entire FNATIC roster tilt their heads and think, is this going to be mid to B? Monster now waiting for whatever may be coming his way at short A, and that's the smoke after a pop flash. There it is. And he flashes himself by mistake. This might actually potentially take him down. His undoing, unfortunately. Dupree now waiting for the rotate to come in. And it looks like Olafmeister is gonna be rotating backwards. 4 versus 5, you know, retaking the situation is extremely difficult, and it looks like FNATIC definitely want to hold on to those weapons. Everyone's capitalizing now on exit frags, but Kerrigan, I mean, all on his lonesome there. This is, I don't think I know I've said this before, but this is perhaps, I'll just rephrase it. This is perhaps the second time I've seen this many players alive with the bomb planted and no attempted retake coming from FNATIC. Altogether, not too terribly bad choice. Given the situation that they are in right now. Gonna be taken down by Crims, punishing the Curiosity killed the cat, and although they lose the round, they still have 4 weapons to work with. FNATIC trying their best not to cut any corners here. I imagine one of the players would have enough for another M4 buy, otherwise they wouldn't have made that call. But checking things out. No, it's actually gonna be Flusha stuck with a CZ this round. Nothing else really. Zipnik's just firing through the, firing through that wall, and Dennis Meister with a fragmentation grenade pulled out here, yanked out here. Does toss it for effect, gets about 24 HP off of Zipnik's, but it wasn't that golden connect, I guess you could call it. Another frag gonna go into what looks like his lower tunnels. It's actually gonna hit Device for 45 damage, not too bad. So FNATIC, this stance looking slightly better already with this kind of a start. Dupree now looking like he's gonna be tossing Molotovs. This actually, oh my goodness. Well, Olafmeister gets a lot of damage done there. A follow-up frag from Flusha does a ton more to Astralis. But altogether, on the whole, still amazingly no frags. 50 seconds remaining in this round, and Device is already poised in position with an AWP. And maybe it's time for Astralis to rethink their strategy just a little bit. They're like, okay, we went through a lot of trouble to get to this point. We've all taken a lot of damage. I'm down to 19. I'm down to 15. I'm down to 55. You're down to 34. And that is an unexpected duel win. A jump, actually, nonetheless, I think, from Flusha. Taking down the op player. You're going to be having Olafmeister looking for the follow-up damage, but now FNATIC realizes it's now or never. Dupree coming in for the flank does get shut down. It's Flusha looking for the headshot. He'll be taken down by Cajun B. Bomb is being planted, and JW can hear it. 4 versus 3. He says, hey guys, can you come along, please? And so begins the play. And it looks like it's going to be a boost on A-Short over there. It does look like FNATIC, Olafmeister is going to take him down. It's now 2 versus 4. And now 2 versus 3 as Zipnik gets one to his name. Can they hold down the fort? Kerrigan taking down one. Kerrigan, it's all on him. 1 versus 1. Crim's out there. The plant, or the defuse being made, but I'm wondering if it's a fake. And Kerrigan wins it. He holds down the fort. Amazingly, it was 2 versus 4. They got the plant after, and then they lost one of their guys. 2 versus 4, and then just bam. Here we are, the highlight. Kerrigan taking down 1, taking down 2, and then looking for that triple kill. Slowly but surely finds it after he uses an AK. Spray took a little bit of time, but it did get the job done. Astralis now at 10 points to the 11 of FNATIC. And this is definitely looking a lot closer than the last match between G2 and FNATIC. Kerrigan now looking for something through the smoke, but he can't quite hit anything. Astralis looking like they might want to smoke CT relatively soon. Indeed, that will be the play, and they're going now mid to B very slowly. Crims just barely misses a flashbang. Not expecting anyone from that angle. He sprays completely into the window, and it looks like it's already been 2 for 2 in the exchange. We do have FNATIC now fully rotating to bomb site B, and we're going to be seeing Astralis making the bomb plant. Look at this. Zipnik's actually getting one through the smoke. It's now 2 versus 3. If FNATIC wants to play for the retake, it's now or never. They do have someone watching tunnels. Molotov's on those tunnels right now, and that's going to buy the T's about 5 to 10 more seconds. That one going to buy them another just a sprawl of time. Is there going to be another one is the real question to be asked. Looks like the answer to that is no, but FNATIC, rather than gambling and losing on this retake, they're actually going to just go ahead and pull back. They're thinking to themselves, we won't have enough time to defuse. Flash onto mid to try and cover the escape, but I can't see anything because apparently we just lost our ESL clean feed, but there we go. Comes back, and JW actually manages to get one through all of that. Not so terribly bad. But this definitely signals what kind of a state they're in. They're already at max win or max loss bonus, and I think there's a pause coming in for the time being, so we might just pause the recording for the time being and then come back to that at a later time. I think I was reduced to a lower quality. Yes, I was. I apologize. Taking it back to 720p. Not too bad. I'm thinking what's going on is they're going to go ahead and discuss tactics for a little while, and if that doesn't happen, I guess I think that's what's happening right now. They're paused, so we're just going to pause the recording, and we'll start it back up when the game resumes. Sorry about that, guys. We're now getting resumed and underway. That was very abrupt, the way they took us back into the game. But here we are. So I think that was FNATIC calling a tactical timeout. They're like, okay, our situation is not that great. We're going to have to think of some ways to get some uber pwn going, right? So JW still got the AWP. Dennis Meister's got his M4 and armor to work with. Splasher going to throw frags into lower tunnels with Cajun B or rather with his teammate, and that's going to take Cajun B down to about 26 HP with the way it was synchronized. Just very nice timing. Olafmeister waiting for a misplay at mid. He's going to pop out, find someone with their pants down just a little bit. Cajun B taken down to about 2 HP as he was not able to land that headshot. Device going to be getting a frag onto him, and looks like FNATIC may be, you know, they may be in the doghouse on this one. Very big B stack right now. It's completely empty. There is someone right outside of it. I believe it's Flusha. No, it's JW. He's taken down immediately by the AWP of Device. And we already seen that Flusha is playing for the flank, but he's already being defended against more than adequately. Astralis just really in every single way on top of their game this round. Playing according to the meta, making sure that there's no retake coming in. It looks like Zipnik's going to be dueling against someone only toting a CZ. That's actually Flusha. And thus far, no frags. Cajun B at 2 HP. In his best interest to stay alive. Just really anything can kill him at this point. Device as well. Just about any bullet could do that at almost any distance. Maybe stay for one Glock to the vest, but from about 500 meters away. But it is what it is, and I think we're going to be seeing Flusha try and capitalize on the use of this weapon. There we go. He's looking for the weapon, and he gets it. Not bad. Last second save. It's like he got teleported to safety after getting that frag. So he's going to be able to get away with an AK-47 this round. Not bad. Here we are. It's going to be JW and a frag. Actually, Molotov and a frag from JW, but no damage done with that, unfortunately. Just going to slow down whatever is coming out of Astralis. Astralis really has no ultra-aggressive plans this round, and this is definitely looking like one of the longer matches we're going to be seeing in the rest of the tournament system. Here we are now. Device is firing through smoke, hoping to hit something. Is unable to hit anything, and this could potentially go to the third and final map, this best of 3. Just look at how neck and neck both sides are, but at the same time, we must also highlight the economic system strongly in favor of Astralis at the moment. I'd say that if they lost this round, then they would still be able to make a full buy next round. Definitely one of the advantages that they have. So, I mean, money's no issue for them. It's just really keeping their cool, keeping their collectedness, and making sure that they are able to just play their best. We do see, I think that's, is that Dennis Meister, or is that Crims I see right outside of Long A door, Long A hut? That's Dennis Meister, that is. He's in a really tough spot. He knows there's a bunch coming at him. And he's unable to capitalize on it, unable to get any frags out of this. And the entries are kind of being made at A from both short and long. So far, 2 for 1 in the exchange, and this is not looking too terribly hot for FNATIC at the moment. Bomb planted, 3 versus 4. Do they save their weapons, or do they try and win? Looks like they're going for exits. Device actually way ahead of them, and catches one of them off guard. Gonna throw out the smoke and switch to the AWP. 2 versus 4 now. The CT hunting is looking very favored towards Astralis right now. They not only, like, it's beyond describable what's happening now, but JW looking for those exit frags, gets shut down by Dupree, and that's gonna be Crims looking for one in lower tunnels. Crims, what you doing, buddy? What you doing? 2 players left alive for FNATIC at the end of that round. They tried their best, but at the same time, they managed to shave off 2 players from Astralis, and that brings it to 11-13. FNATIC now looking for just hanging on to this round, really. 2 Force Spies coming out. 3 Force Spies, rather, coming out. And Olafmeister with the glass cannon on the AWP, really. And there we are. Olafmeister forced back into a secondary position. The flashbang forcing him back to a tertiary. He's unable to make it there. Decree just hunts him down. Gets a second headshot for his time as well. Takes 0 damage and all of that. And just overall, fantastic entry coming now for Astralis. They're going to get the bomb planted. FNATIC, it's tough to say what decision they're going to be making, but it looks like it's going to be another save. It's just these plays, what's coming out from Astralis is just too strong for them to handle, really. They try their best, but it just seems like their best is not enough each and every round. Whatever they get poked at, they rotate to that location. Then Astralis says, okay, now we're going to try the prod over there. Maybe it just seems that FNATIC is simply too responsive to the plays that we have coming from Astralis on this map. Dennis Meister getting 2 frags in a row, punishing the Curious quite well, I might add. So it looks like he'll be able to hold on to that weapon to the end of the round. But, I mean, that's... In the grander scheme of things, that's not what you would call fantastic. Here's a replay. Dennis Meister surviving near certain death from 2 different targets. FNATIC on their best buy right now. A drop for Crims. A scout for Flusha. 2 AWPs. I'm sorry, 2 scouts and an AWP. That's 1 for a JW. And he's very low right now. He's playing at mid. I wouldn't say that's predictable, but it's definitely difficult. He does, however, open up with the first frag of the round for his team. 11-14 at this very moment. And FNATIC, there it is. Monster looking for his target. Hits Cajun B, unable to take him out. But definitely going to give him a nice souvenir, if not a nice battle scar to show to the ladies later on. Here we are, JW, just immediately aware of the situation he's in. He's going to pull back out with that scout. And although it's 4 versus 5, we do see that Astralis has, in some ways, I wouldn't say a massive HP advantage, but now that's just bringing it back to the man advantage here for FNATIC. Looks like they're going to make this round theirs. They played it very passively, but now Molotovs are down. Smokes are down on top of that, and it looks like there's difficulty getting the bomb plant down for Astralis. Finally gonna get it started. No one's gonna pounce on that just yet. It was a fake, and then we see who firing through the smoke, but Flusha gonna go ahead and pwn Kerrigan's head, and that's just it. 2 players left versus the 5 of FNATIC. I don't think I've seen a more decisive retake, but it's almost like they got to the site before. There it is. Clean up, and now the crowd's going wild as FNATIC brings it back, but it almost seemed like they got almost inside the site before the bomb was planted. That's what makes this so difficult for Astralis to actually get the plant down, but they did manage to get it down, and on top of that, they managed to get a bit more money. Now what's happening is we have the Astralis team, or not Astralis, but FNATIC team scouring the map looking for the weapons that the enemy was using against them, and they have all of them. It shows the AWP, 1 and 2 AK-47s. So this could be just full-blown win mode from now on for FNATIC, but the bank for Astralis, like, it's coming down to this round. This is perhaps the most important one of the entire match for Astralis. Although they do have an AWP, there's 2 on the FNATIC roster, and I must also say that for the moment they just have. You know, if they lose this round, they're still going to be able to buy next round. That's not a big issue. Whoa, straight through the wall. But it looked like a hit on our end, but instead it was a complete miss. FNATIC definitely in a tight spot. They're playing this out as best they can, and I think they found their inner peace now. I say if we lose this map, we lose this map, but we still have 2 chances to win this. One minute remaining, as we do see that Astralis have to make their move, and FNATIC has a bit more passive play on the menu for themselves than that of Astralis. Already getting smoked off. The question is, do they want to push through that smoke or do they not? Very heavy A short stack right now coming out from Astralis. Pop flash toss for mid and untimely rotation. JW is looking for his frag. He jumps and what? Oh, I thought Dennis Master got 2 headshots in a row. I thought for a minute it was JW getting collateral with a jumping shot. But I was entirely wrong on that. Now it looks like we're going to be having Flusha coming through, getting another headshot to his name. And all of a sudden we see Device all in his lonesome, 1 versus 4 in a very difficult situation. Can he make this happen? He jumps, he doesn't see one. He jumps right in front of Device. I'm sorry, he jumps right in front of Crims. And Device is now, he's no longer existent in this game. 13 versus 14. Astralis still available, still able to make that that full buy. I think this is a pause coming in from one of the teams. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause the recording. Looks like we're back. Sorry about that, guys. Some strange reason we lost audio here for unforeseeable circumstances. But again, it's a full buy coming out from Astralis and FNATIC. And this is definitely one of the more critical rounds. It looks like FNATIC, I mean, with 2 wins in a row, they could definitely bring themselves back into a position where they could play for overtime and even potentially take the win. At maximum, we're only going to see 3 more rounds, including this one. That's Dennis Meister getting the opening frag. It's going to be Cajun B getting JW taken down, and it looks like I don't know what to say there, but Dennis Meister, he happened to dodge the bullets, I guess. Looks like our observer is back in the game as well. He kind of failed to highlight that, I guess. But 4 versus 4 is the name of this game. And we do now have who going in from mid. We're about to find out. Come on. Let's see, what's this all about? Bam! Olafmeister gonna get 1 opening frag at B. Smoke goes in immediately along with a fake to at least kind of get the a flash. Can I get the fake out? But that's going to be Flusha and Dennis Meister cleaning house at mid. They're just on top of their game now, and all of a sudden we see Astralis in an extremely, extremely difficult situation. The comeback is real. 3 rounds in a row. Let's not forget that moment where it was a 14-11 and FNATIC just they were not dropping it at all. Full buy to avoid overtime now coming out from Team Astralis. Zipnik's a little bit late on that buy. And it looks like there's really no rush to get anywhere from Astralis. I don't think they're really losing their hope, but I mean, definitely the economic damage, the economic toll that those last 3 rounds have had on this team is showing through. Dupree now at very low HP. Sorry about that, as I did manage to miss their health bars and everything else in between. But yeah, grenade right to the face will result in 43 damage done to Dupree. What happens now? I mean, Astralis with 1 minute left on the board to get that bomb plant, and FNATIC, they're all over the place right now, and we got JW going around for a flank. It looks like he's not gonna find it here, but he's gonna come up on mid very soon. He sees it. That's 1. Taking too long. Astralis is, and he's gonna come in here and abuse it. He gets 2. He's looking for the 3rd. Tries to get the no scope, but I'm sorry, that's actually Device who gets it. And just milliseconds later, FNATIC takes the round with 4 0. Full buy now coming out from Astralis. Sweet mother of gravy. You never would have thought, but now this is match point that FNATIC is playing for. They have superior weapons. And this is the last round. Is this where Astralis just says, screw it, rush B? That doesn't look like that's the case. They're all looking like they're going to be heading straight up to mid and long A, perched right outside of it. Oh my goodness. Dennis Meister getting 1, getting 2, and then immediately getting refragged. That's Cajun B who takes his head. But Zipnix and Dupree paying the ultimate price in that one. JW, he's here at mid. He's waiting for whoever might be a bit too overzealous to come in. He's going to take advantage of that smoke to just pile on out. Olafmeister does, however, get device. Just fell at high mid, if I'm not mistaken. And is that the bomb on the ground? No. It's being held by one of the players. But it's looking like it's Cajun B who's got it. It's all now, like, this is 2 versus 4. Astralis, like, them, they say playtime is over. JW says the same thing. And now it's all on Kerrigan. He's a player that's been known to make plays before. Can he make this 1 versus 4 real? He's been spotted already. He's getting shot at from 2 different angles. And that is FNATIC. Straight from 11-14 to 16-14. And they are damn proud of each other. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Just the reaction on stage is phenomenal, to say the very least. But that has only been map number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back with map number 2 in just a few short minutes. Don't go away.